gonna be a one brand makeup tutorial, and today it is gonna be makeup from only Rituals Cosmetics. I've got an entire bag right here filled with only Rituals products, like makeup products. I think most people like myself, we only thought that Rituals did like body care, skincare, homey types of things, but they actually also have a makeup line. It is quite new in Denmark, and that's why I was like, I need to try that. I'm always up for trying new makeup, obviously, and today we're gonna be doing a full face of makeup with only Rituals products, so if you're interested, keep watching. Why am I snapping that much? Fierce! I did have a long chat with the sweet Rituals girls who helped me to pick out the makeup. They did tell me that they don't have any like face primers, but in their skincare there are some great ingredients that kind of like works as primers as well. So obviously no primer today. One thing that I love about all of their different products is actually that they're enriched with some sort of like a amethyst thing. So it is a gemstone foundation, for example, or gemstone concealer. So there are some really special ingredients in their makeup. So we're moving straight on to the foundation. This is the Rituals Pure Minerals Precious Mineral Foundation. Packaging looks like this. It looks really luxurious and actually also feels very luxurious. And it also comes with a pump. Probably just shaking it beforehand. And let me just say, this is just as much like a first impression for me because I haven't tried their makeup before. So that is really interesting. I've tried like only a few products from them, and what I've tried so far I've really liked. It is not a runny foundation. The color seems to match me really well. It seems to match me quite well actually, and I would say the finish of it is kind of like a normal, slightly dewy finish. I would say coverage wise it's definitely a light to medium coverage. So very natural actually, and it feels quite nice on the skin as well. Next up would definitely be concealer for me, but unfortunately Rituals, they don't really have a good full coverage concealer because Rituals is much more about being natural and just having a light face and so on. So they're not really into that full coverage look. But I do think that for most people who just wants a slight coverage without it being too heavy, that is really nice. And for most people, the foundation will be enough coverage. So we're moving on to some highlighter under the eyes. This is the Rituals Camouflage highlighter. This is in the color Beige and it says lighten up, and the packaging is so pretty. Also, one thing that's really important to say is that all of the products here are formulated without any parabens. So it's once again very gentle to the skin. Here it is. It looks so pretty. It looks like the YSL Touche Éclat actually. So you just click it and wait for product to come out. Whoops! There. Maybe I'll sit down on the bridge of my nose. I do have some blemishes at the moment, unfortunately, which is not ideal when I don't have a concealer. And then I'm just using the Beauty Blender once again to blend it into the skin. I don't really know if I see the bigger difference. Maybe it looks a tiny bit more fresh underneath the eyes, and maybe I'm not that red anymore, but it is definitely, once again, a very light texture and very light formula, which means that it's a very light coverage as well. So the products are very lightweight in texture, which I love. Next up, I'm gonna be using the Rituals Gemstone Compact Powder. This is in the color 1. Oh my god, have a look at the beautiful packaging and the beautiful pattern in there. That is so stunning. And to apply the powder, I'm gonna be using the blush brush from Rituals. They also do brushes, which I'm also gonna be using. And I'm using this one because they can get all the way up there underneath my eyes. And I like that it comes with a mirror as well. That is really handy. Great to have in your handbag if you're out on the go. And to set the rest of my face with the powder, I'm gonna be using the powder brush from Rituals, which is a bit bigger. So it is a bit mattifying, as you can see, not too bad. And once again, it doesn't feel heavy at all. I actually really like this powder because it is not really pigmented or anything like that, so it doesn't change the color of your face when you're using it. And now it's time to do the brows because look at that. Those brows, they need help. So I'm gonna be using the Eyebrow Powder from Rituals. This is in the shade Honey Brown. And here are the brow powders and a little brush that it comes with as well. I am not gonna be using those small brushes, but they are great and handy if you're traveling. And I'm just gonna be mixing the colors and then filling in my brows. Ooh, this brow powder is actually quite pigmented, which is good. So you don't have to use much at a time. Most times I'm actually really scared about trying new brow products because sometimes it can be a struggle to find great like brow products for, especially for blondes actually, because it gets so red in the brows most times, but this is really nice. This is definitely a big yay for me. I love my brows right now. I love that I can make them that precise and beautiful, but you can also make them very, very natural with this palette. It really depends on how much product you use. So now let's move on to eyeshadows. And let me just say once again, they don't have any eye primers. So what I would suggest you guys to do is to take your foundation, just apply a tiny bit on the back of your hand, and then use it on the eyelids, because in that way you just remove any discoloration and you also give your eyeshadow something to hold on to. So the eyeshadows, they come in duos, they're called duo eyeshadows, and this one is the color 13. That's so pretty, like everyday shades, and then it also comes with a little brush. And these brushes are not my favorite, so I wouldn't really recommend using these. However, you can buy some individual eye brushes from Rituals as well, which I would personally recommend you guys to do. But these shadows are so pretty. They're all kind of like shimmery. And I'm starting out with the shade right there. And I'm gonna be using the eyeshadow brush from Rituals. And this brush is called Blending Brush. Actually, I got the idea. Take your powder, like your face powder, and then use that one to blend the edges. Then I'm gonna be using another duo eyeshadow in the color called 10 because oh, there are some pretty shades in here. I love that blue one. That is just like, it is such a pop of color, which I think is so amazing. And I think I'm gonna be using that one like in the outer part of my eye, and then that one either underneath or in the inner corner. Just grabbing that one. Oh my god, it gets so pigmented and really pretty, and there are some silvery speckles in there, like sparkly stuff. And then with the blue color right there, I'm gonna be using the Rituals Eye Crease brush. And I'm gonna be using... Wow, that was tough! Okay, so you just have to bend it a tiny bit before because I just made a dent in my eyeshadow. But I'm gonna be grabbing that color and maybe apply it in my inner corner. It gives like that pop of color, which I think looks so gorgeous. Yes! Just gonna be using that one underneath my eyes. And I think I'm gonna be doing some sort of a liner, maybe a little flick. But I'm gonna be using the Rituals Perfect Hold Eyeliner. This one is just in the color black. Ta-da! It feels a tiny bit dry right now. Unfortunately, this one is really, really dry. I can't make it like... Come on, honey. I'm not even gonna attempt to do a wing liner because it is that dry. But yeah. Ah, that sucks. But it seems to be really, really long lasting. Wow. Okay, instead I'm gonna be trying out the Rituals Intense Color Eye Pencil. And this is in just a black. And this is an eye pencil that you can twist up and down. Ooh, very creamy, very, very creamy. I love this. Just gonna be lining a tiny bit over here. This one is amazing. I love it because it's that creamy, really easy to work with, and it is ultra dark. I love that. Let's move on to mascara. I've got two different ones. I've got the Miracle 3-in-1 mascara, and then also the Perfection Perfection Volume Mascara. Oh, 3-in-1 volume, 3-in-1 volume, 3 volume, 3-in-1. Oh, it smells like food. My neighbors are cooking right now and I'm just like, do you want to share? So packaging is really pretty. I love there's this pattern on the packaging that is so beautiful. Brush looks like this, a rubber brush. I feel like that it clumps my lashes a tiny bit, this one. Let's have a fun little test and try the other mascara on the other eye, just for fun. And the brush looks like this. I actually really like this brush. One thing that these mascara has got in common is definitely that they're both very wet in texture, and I guess that is why kind of clumps up in my lashes. It really gives that look to your lashes, but because mine, they are that long, they do have a tendency to like clump together if the mascara is way too wet in texture. And I think I'm gonna be using the 3-in-1 mascara for my bottom lashes. Zoomed out once again, and from a distance it looks fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with any of the mascaras, but as I said, it's just not the best for my lashes. And now let's move on to some bronzer. I've got the natural bronzing powder right here from Rituals called Summertime. Exactly what we need right now, summer. Oh, that is so pretty. Once again, as with the face powder, you've got the pattern in there. And now I'm gonna be using the blush brush once again. Using a tiny bit on my forehead as well, just to warm up my complexion. That is actually really, really nice. Very subtle, not too much. It feels a tiny bit patchy though right here. I don't know if it's because of the foundation or the powder. And for blush, I'm gonna be using the MAC Powder Blush in the shade Autumn Boost. Actually, I love the name Autumn. If I ever have a daughter, I think she's gonna be called Autumn. And this is such a stunning, very natural blush. Blush brush once again. Ooh, this is very, very pigmented. Wow! This blush is really, really pretty. I can recommend that for almost all skin tones. And for the lips, I've got this really beautiful lip gloss right here that I want to try out. This is a shade called Hazel Sheer. I actually think that I have used this one before in a first impression, but I remember just really loving this shade, so let's try it on. That is so stunning! I love this shade on my lips. It is so beautiful. That is like the perfect nude glossy lip. Makeup, I think it is so pretty, and even though it didn't have any concealer to cover any blemishes, it actually looks quite okay. Let me just say, I am so impressed with the eyebrows. That was like amazing. The foundation was really lovely as well. The lip gloss, the eyeshadows, most of the products were so nice to work with and so easy to blend. And of course, I will be leaving all of the products in the description box as well if you're interested. So if you enjoyed this video and if you want to see more of these one brand makeup tutorials, please give it a huge thumbs up because that helps me a lot. And also just let me know in the comment section down below if you've tried any Rituals products and which ones are your favorites. Thank you so very much for watching. Remember, I love you all to the moon and back and everywhere else.